What's up, guys? Here is my newest video on Halo Reach. This is pretty much like an updated opinion because my opinion has changed since that last video I did. And since that last video, Bungie has announced so many things that I've actually, got excited for Halo Reach. Now, when I did that video, like that first video I did, I had zero hype for it. I thought it was just gonna be, just Halo 3 with better graphics, and that was it. But Bungie actually proved me wrong, and here's why. The features and the content. The features and the content. There is so much content and features packed into that game that it puts other developers to shame. Other media molecule, of course. But that's what that genre is for. But for an FPS, it's amazing how much content is put into that game. Think about it. I mean, Firefight's back, and that has matchmaking. There's a dedicated game mode to racing. Now, yeah, there's like racing maps that you could do in Halo 3, but those were forged, altered maps that just users made. But Bungie has actually made a dedicated game mode to racing. That's awesome. The campaign has matchmaking. The campaign actually has matchmaking. There probably is a few FPSs out there that do that, but I really can't think of one right now on the top of my head that has matchmaking for its campaign. That's amazing. That's awesome. The whole Forge World thing is Forge in Halo 3 times like 1,000. It's amazing what you can do in Forge World now. So basically that's why I'm excited for Reach, because I mean there's just so much there's just so much you can do with it. And when you get 15 buddies together and do all that stuff, I mean it's gonna be some of the best fun you can experience on the Xbox 360. Now in that first video I did, I was talking about how Bungie wasn't pushing the FPS genre. Now mainly what I was talking about was the gameplay. But here's the thing that I failed to realize. I failed to realize the fact that Bungie doesn't need to change the gameplay, because they already have their fan base. You see what I'm saying? They don't need to reach out to get more users to play Halo, because they already have like 10 million Halo fans out there that will buy their Halo games. You see what I'm saying? So what I failed to realize was the fact that Bungie doesn't need to change the gameplay, because the fans like the gameplay. They don't want it changed. They like it the way it is. So Bungie doesn't have to do anything except make a few improvements like the armor abilities and assassinations and stuff like that. That's the thing I failed to realize. But not only that, like gameplay wise too, another thing I didn't realize is that the guns, a lot of the guns at Halo, they have more punch to them. Like the assault rifle, it was an effective gun for like kind of mid-range, close-range combat. But in Halo 3, it really doesn't have much punch to it. The assault rifle in Halo Reach has more like recoil, like more rumble to it. The same thing with that single shot rifle. I forgot the name of that in the beta. But yeah, that's another thing, because you guys know like in Halo 3, like the Spiker, and all those other useless guns that nobody would ever pick up and use. Yeah, there's like a bunch of guns in Halo that are just completely useless. Like people only use like probably 3 or 4 guns in Halo 3. But in Halo Reach, the guns are actually, they feel effective and powerful. Although it still might, take a lot to kill somebody, you at least, you have the satisfaction of, firing off a powerful feeling gun. That's the thing. So, even gameplay-wise, it is improved. The thing I was griping about is how, the gameplay still mainly consists of shooting at each other while running at each other. So, you can melee them. Because you guys know, everybody who's played Halo Reach, we all know that, people have assault rifles, they'll shoot at each other while running and then melee each other and they'll go flopping backwards. You know what I mean? So, but the thing is, like I said, the Halo fans, they like that gameplay, so Bungie doesn't need to change it. Now, another thing I want to talk about Halo Reach, like although you might find, the story generic and, the characters and stuff like that, it's still a very great game under all that stuff. It really is. Sure, the story might be nothing special, and please don't bring up the books, because any developer could start making books about their games. I mean, I even saw a Resistance book when I went to Barnes & Noble. And I mean, Metroid has a manga, so I mean, I could just bring up all that stuff. But anyways, don't bring up the books, because the gamers are experiencing the story that is presented within the game. You shouldn't have to go out to get a good story. Go out and buy a book to get a good story. You see what I mean? Oh, cloud just covered up the sun. It got real dark. But yeah, although generic story, generic characters and stuff, it's still a really decent game when it comes to content, features, and gameplay. And that's why I'm excited for Halo Reach. There's something else I want to talk about. Forgot what it was. Oh yeah, the assassinations and the armor abilities. The armor abilities are pretty much perks and stuff like that. But the thing I don't like about the armor abilities is how sprint is counted as a perk. Sprint should be a mechanic that's in there, period. You see what I'm saying? It shouldn't be something you choose in a loadout. Oh, with another thing I forgot to mention, there's loadouts now, so it's not like you go around picking guns up off the map and stuff like that. You actually choose what gun you want to spawn with sometimes, depending on what you're playing. But yeah, like the sprint shouldn't be a perk. Sprint should be something that's already in the game. Because when I was playing the beta, I didn't want to try out all those other armor abilities because the sprint just was so good. Like, if you guys haven't noticed, like, FPSs where you can sprint, they're like, more fun to play than FPSs without sprint, you see what I'm saying? Because to me, it adds to the gameplay, to the intensity, because, you're getting attacked or mobbed or something, you could run out there, or, you could chase somebody, then gun them down before they go around the corner, stuff like that. Sprint, to me, makes the gameplay 10 times better. But with having sprint as a perk, that prevented me from using, all the other armor abilities. That's one thing I didn't like about them. But, the other armor abilities, they're really cool, though. Like the whole shield thing where they kneel down the ground and stuff. And they're invincible. If somebody's trying to run you over with a ghost, it'll just flip you over. They'll crash to a wall or something and die. That's really awesome. The assassinations, I think there should be more assassinations. Like, I kept on seeing the same animations over and over again. But hopefully there'll be, more animations by the time it's released. But the assassination thing is cool. I remember this one guy had a jetpack and it actually like flew up in the air and got him with one. It was awesome. But yeah, the assassinations are cool. I just wish, there's more variety and stuff like that. And a lot of the times it can get you killed because you'll be assassinating somebody. If somebody will like assassinate you or like melee you in the back, stuff like that. So that kind of sucks, but they're still cool, nonetheless. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm actually excited for Halo Reach. And like I said, like Bungie is putting these other developers to shame. Because I remember I was on N4G and it was talking about how Halo Reach got leaked and stuff like that. And some people were talking about how it's a 5 GB game. Now, if you could put that much content and features into your game with 5 gigs, then PS3 developers, they have no excuse. Or Wii developers for that matter, because a dual layered Wii disc that adds up to like 9.4 gigabytes, 9.4. So with all that content and stuff in just 5 gigs, I mean, I don't see why other developers aren't doing it. Now, Naughty Dog, they kind of caught on to it with the whole cinema mode thing and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. Features, things to increase the replayability. In my opinion, there should be more things to a game than just playing it. You see what I'm saying? And like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, for instance. There's a bunch of features in there, like the stage builder. You can take pictures. You can record videos. There's even demos of virtual console games on Super Smash Bros. Brawl. There's, the whole achievement thing. That's what I'm talking about. Games need to start having a bunch of features. Because obviously they're easy to do if you just cram it into, 5 gigs. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, more games need to do that because that will increase replayability. And, that'll increase its scores and how well gamers receive it. So that's another thing. So I don't see why more developers aren't doing what Bungie's doing, because the amount of content in that game is ridiculous. So yeah, I'm getting back on Xbox Live just because of Reach. I turned on my 360 the other day to see if it was still failing. Well, actually my brother's, because I had sold mine and I relied on my brother's, but his broke like right after I sold mine. But I plugged it in the other day and it seems to be working fine, so hopefully it stays that way. So I plan to be getting back on my 360 on Xbox Live. But I refuse to still pay for Xbox Live. I refuse to pay. Now, paying for cross game chat and a party system, I can understand. But I just don't believe, it's right to pay for playing online. Because, I mean, you can even do that, PSP and DS for free. Like every other platform, free online play. So like I said, all the other stuff I can understand paying for. But paying just to play a game online, just get the other half of your game, I think that's pretty ridiculous. So I refuse to pay for Xbox Live. So So if you guys have any live cards, anything like that that you don't need 48 hours, 1 month, 3 months, I'll gladly take those. I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, I'm sure like some people have a bunch of people have kicked me off their friends list. So I'll make some. So I'll add a lot of you people who give me live cards and stuff as a thanks to giving me the live cards. I mean, if you guys are putting me back on Xbox Live, then you deserve to be on my friends list. You see what I'm saying? But that's my updated opinion on Halo Reach. I think it's actually going to be a very great game. And Bungie did a good job. They went out with a bang. It's just a shame that it's going to get butchered by 343 Studios. Real shame. But that's for this video. Look forward to my Killzone 3-1 and my Conduit 2 GoldenEye comparison video. I'll see you guys later.